1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Did you guys just see what happened? They called 10 seconds, and then 2.5 seconds later, I'm sure there's a reason, but then they pulled the flag. So not off to the best start for us at the Mason-Dixon GNCC this year at 2024. And my name is Ryder Sigety, by the way. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm a 4-time national GNCC champion. I'm a part of the Yamaha Ampro factory support off-road team. And I'm also here with my dad, 8-time national enduro champion. Dad, say hi.
Hey everyone.
And sorry if I'm talking a bit fast, but a lot to talk about. Kind of an exciting race, I'd say. But obviously, as you guys saw, not off to the greatest start. And right in front of us is Davis. And Davis is one of my friends, great racer. But he had an injury last race, and I'm not sure he's fully healed yet. So he's not in the best that he could be. Right now, it doesn't matter. Nobody's pushing as hard as they can. We got a 3-hour race in front of us, and we're just trying to save our energy at the same time, not lose too many spots. Unfortunately, in a little while, you're gonna see my camelback, or you're not gonna see it, but you'll see me trying to fix it. My camelback starts falling off my shoulders, so that definitely adds a dent to this first lap push that we're all taking right now. But I think I get around Davis right up this hill. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, it doesn't matter, but I end up making my way up the pack pretty fast, as quick as I can at least.
Yeah, Davis and Davis Simpson and Mason Sakanikas are your two biggest competitors, and this is actually a little slicker than it looks, so I think you guys are just, I mean, the field here is really nice, but you guys are probably still just testing the traction, because I remember at the last race you did, a GNCC, about a couple weeks ago, you guys all fell on like the first 5 minutes. So I guess no one wants to do that. It's good to keep just testing the traction before you get into it.
Yeah. Also, this race, I cleaned the GoPro so many times, and then I come back and watch the GoPro video. I don't think it got dirty once, but I kept cleaning it over and over again. Now my goggles, that's a different story. We'll talk about that later in the video.
Parents, do you have this problem with your kid? Ryder had 7 tear-offs on his goggles. At the end of a 3-hour race, he only had 6 left. It was so scratched up and so muddy. We're gonna try to show you a picture, but not really as muddy as it was scratched. I'm like, 3 hours and you didn't pull more than 1 tear off? Yeah, pictures don't do justice. Not really muddy, but scratched. But anyway, you did good. But man, you gotta pull tear offs. I'm gonna have to put a little sign up on the course. I'm gonna take that sign down that we have in the bathroom. Don't forget to wipe front to back when you poo. We're gonna take that sign, I'm gonna erase that, and I'm gonna put it at the finish line. Pull tear off, jerk.
Alright. Well, anyway, you guys see me here. I don't know if you guys just saw, but I just reached across my body. I'm starting to try to put this camelback back on my shoulders. Our fault. We were kind of in a rush to get the camelback on, which is also my fault. We're at the starting line, and my dad goes, alright, let's hook up your camelback. I can't find the hose anywhere, though. And I'm like, oh shoot, I left my camelback at the camper. So we finally get my camelback, I get it on, and obviously somebody didn't clip something right.
That was me, I didn't clip it right. I made a couple mistakes this race actually, but it is a little difficult to clip your camelback because it clips right where you keep the GoPro. So we have to like loosen the straps, like move them around, and clip it right where the GoPro is without like forcing the GoPro off the mount. But still, that's not really an excuse. It's a little bit more difficult than it should be, but I should have made sure it was tight. So yeah, you're now wrestling with this GoPro falling, not GoPro, this camelback falling off your shoulders, starting to slide back. You can feel it coming off. And what are you thinking?
Right now I'm thinking I could wait until I see my dad and I get a water bottle, but that could be in 12, 13 miles if he even gives me one first lap. So at this point, I'm just trying to keep like getting it on my shoulders. I wasn't really thinking I was gonna stop to fix it, but I get around the rider here in front of me. He's in my class. I'm not sure his name. But once I get around him and I'm riding behind Mason, I felt like I could stop to fix it and it wouldn't be like a huge time disadvantage, except I do get passed by a couple people, so make sure you guys watch.
Yeah, it's not as simple as just stopping, clipping it, and going back together, because right where it clips, that's the GoPro. So you can't clip it on the GoPro, or you could break the GoPro off, which is going to be a real problem, or you can block the GoPro, which is a minor problem. So you got to like really stretch it and move it. And of course you can't see it because you're wearing your helmet, so it's all like in your heart area. So it sounds simple, but really not. So wait, so now is that Mason in first and you in second now?
Yeah, there's Mason second, Ecus in first. And neither of us are really pushing it right now. I feel like it's hard to gauge yourself for these 3-hour races, especially being Mason and I first year racing the 3 hours. So I don't think either of us are really pushing it that hard right now.
No, not really. That's why we're going to pause it, or actually just cut out about 5 minutes of this till it starts to get into the real good action where some of you guys start mixing it up with the pros. There's a few crashes. You crash, other people crash in front of you, a couple people banging elbows. So it definitely gets a little more exciting, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I actually battled with Mason's brother a little bit too, Austin. So that's cool. I feel like every race I battle with Austin, which is kind of cool. So another cool thing about this race is it's actually on the border of PA and West Virginia. So half of the track is in West Virginia and half is in PA. I guess that's why they call it Mason-Dixon, because it's on the Mason-Dixon line. I guess there's a better reasoning for that. But I'm pretty sure all the GNCCs have a good reasoning behind their name, and I just don't know any of it, but it's okay. So in a minute, yeah, I think we're going to cut to some more exciting spots. I do end up catching up to my friend Caleb Hoffman, which you'll see in a little minute. And I talk to myself a lot in this race, so hopefully I'll remember to stop talking so you guys can hear me talking in the GoPro to myself. It's kind of funny, I thought at least.
So we really dodged a bullet with the weather at this race because it's clay-based. Like most of the GNCC is clay-based, and clay can be a hell of a lot of fun when the conditions are good, and as you can see, they're just about perfect. But there was a 70% chance of storms, and the clouds just went around. The youth got rained on. All right, so I think we're coming to one of the scenes where, yeah, right here, you're fixing your camelback.
Yeah, I saw that there was an outside line so people could go around, but there one person passed me in my class, and then my friend Deanie, nope, that's not in my class, there we go. Then my friend Deanie passes me in my class too, and he actually held a race at his house last week, which was cool, but besides that, we can talk about that later. I'm now working to get back into second and hopefully first in a little while. Right in front of me is, I don't want to call him a lapper because I haven't lapped him, but he's not in my class, so it didn't really matter that much how fast I passed him. But now I'm behind my friend Deanie, who's a pretty clean racer, so it shouldn't. Actually, I can't say he's a clean racer. Every time I've raced Deanie, almost every time, we've somehow collided. We did it in the Mid-East, was it? We did it in those little pit bike races. It's every time. But yeah, we're gonna try to make our way around him soon.
And if you can't tell, Ryder and him are really good friends, so he's busted his balls a little bit. But yeah, they're gonna bang a little bit here, and then there'll be some more bar banging coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, I don't think it was the Mid-East that you and him collided. It was Carolina XC. And if you're looking for a good video, check out the Carolina XC video that Ryder posted a few months ago. There was this one kid there that has been training a lot, trains with some pros, factory KTM support, and everyone told Ryder, just see if you could stick with him. And Ryder not only stuck with him, he actually passed him. And then at the finish, the other kid was so upset, he cut through the ribbons and tried to pass him in the scoring chute. And they docked him, though, and he got back to second. But that was a good race if you want to see that Carolina XC.
So there we go. I make the pass into now third. And right in front of me is second, and you can still see Mason in front of him, I'm pretty sure. No, that's my friend Caleb I was talking about. You guys should check out his YouTube channel too. It's called Moto Caleb, pretty cool. And coming up, I'm gonna let you guys listen to me. This is one of those spots where I was talking to myself during the GoPro. I thought it was kind of funny.
Now Caleb's the one on the Yamaha, right?
No, Caleb's not on a Yamaha, but he's right in front of.
Okay, the white bike.
The white bike, yeah. And yeah, you see a bunch of different line choices at this GNCC, I thought, which was cool. But I'm gonna let you guys listen because I'm pretty sure, yeah, right here. Yeah, I don't even know what happened there. I was yelling for Caleb and then I started yelling some other stuff. But this section right here, I don't know why I threw my hand up there. But right here, I make the pass into second. Yeah, and right in front of me is Mason. And I make the pass into first. No, I don't. But this section that we just went down with that huge downhill, and we're about to go down another one, there's like these really steep downhills that I was scared to ride on the bicycle. And there's also back in the third, by the way. There's somebody on an e-bike, or on a little road bike that was going down these hills, like really sketchy. I'll show you guys a video. Yeah, so there's the guy on the bicycle, but back to the action coming on in the dirt bike race. You see second place passes Mason, and now he's in first. I tried to make the pass on Mason. We're all almost getting stuck going up this hill.
Did you just say second place passes Mason and now he's in first?
Yeah, because second place passed Mason, who was in first, and then now he was in first. But anyway, then I passed Mason. I'm about into second, and on the chase for first, hopefully soon. But a lot of lappers, people in lines in front of us. A lot's going on right now. So I'm just trying to get my way up to the pack, up to the front of the pack.
Oh my God, yeah, so much to talk about. So that hill that guy went down on that road bike is the same hill that you just saw at the same time on the motorcycles, but there was passes going on. And these courses are so difficult to pedal. Like earlier when he was making those funny sounds and passing those people and everyone looked like they were just crawling, we stopped and looked at that on the e-bikes. And I didn't want to take those lines on the e-bike because I thought I was going to like fall and crash. Like they were really steep and off camber and a little slick. You can't really tell though by looking in the video. And be more appropriate if I can talk about this 2 minutes ago.
I don't know if you guys just saw, but I made the pass into first, and now I just gotta try to get away from the pack as soon as possible, because if I make a mistake, like I fall, which you guys see in a little bit, I just know that I'm gonna get passed, maybe by people in my class, maybe not, but we'll see in a minute.
So big props to that guy riding a road bike on this course. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. So now I'm kind of working into the lines in front of me, but right in front of me is some kid on Yamaha. He's going pretty good. I followed him for a while, but he makes a mistake on this hill. Yeah, a lot of people watching that mistake too. I'm sure a lot of people fell on that hill. But now I made the pass, and if you see in the red gear, right, well now he's right in front of me, is Austin Sakanikis. That's Mason's brother, and I'm hoping to kind of ride with him for most of the race. And we kind of go back and forth a lot. So that's the next battle you guys are going to get to see.
Yeah, so just if you're not following all these names, that's Austin Sakanikis, who is brothers with the other person that you just battled with, Mason Sakanikis. And they actually have 5 kids racing GNCC. And man, they are lucky. Oh, this is a good battle actually. You'll see Austin here and Ryder go at it a few times. He's nice enough to let you go there, but believe me, there's going to be plenty of passes back and forth, including our horrible... Oh, this was nasty there. I remember that.
I remember coming around that turn. I was like, what is this huge dust cloud? And then all of a sudden, the dust clears, and there's somebody rolling on the ground there. But I'm sure they were fine. They just dumped the front end in that corner. But what were you saying?
So, yeah, we had a really bad, my fault again, pit stop coming up. But we also stopped you for gas here because the last GNCC we had to pit you twice, as a lot of people have to pit twice. And we stop you here and you get passed by Austin. And I look at your tank and I'm like, wait a minute, how can you have so much fuel left? And I just leaned out the jetting a little bit for our summer since it was 85 degrees at the last race that we did. And he came in and the fuel was so high, it wasn't even like below the shroud level. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope it's not too lean that it's gonna blow up. So I'm giving him signs all over the course saying, save the motor, save the motor. So the motor didn't blow up, which is really awesome. Matter of fact, we got back to the shop and the plug looked great. And I recently, just a little side note here, bought a bore scope on Amazon. It was like only like $70, and they had one like for $40, like slightly used, like new. And I stuck that in the cylinder head. Man, I got a perfect shot of the cylinder, the piston. It was awesome. I definitely recommend it. I wish I just bought it sooner.
So coming up, you're going to see one of those crashes I talked about, and I do get passed by a couple of people. Thankfully, nobody in my class, but this is just one of the times that Austin and Austin Sakanikis, go back and forth. And I'm coming up a hill, and it was slick, and I don't really know what happened. I guess my front tire slid out. It was a weird crash. I get roosted in the face by my bike, and I have to run to my bike because it slid so far away. I mean, you can see how slick it is. My bike slid all the way over there. And it didn't even like hop on the ground or anything. It was just sliding like perfectly. Okay, so take a breath, back on the bike, and just trying to get back. Hopefully nobody's right on my butt now, because I have no clue what a lead I had. At this point, I really didn't even know if I was still in the lead at all. I don't know who passed me when I fell. I know Austin did. That's about it. But I still have more lappers to deal with, and I'm still going to be pushing pretty much for this whole second lap. Just trying to make sure I was in the lead until I get some pit boards from my dad. confirming that I was in the lead. But I had no clue. I'm pushing. I don't know if I'm in first, third, second. I'm just trying to do as best as I can here.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to tell like where you are when you're not in first, but when you're in first, and these are 13-mile laps, so they're, approximately 30-minute laps. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if you got a 10-second lead, a 2-minute lead. So it's a little hard to budget yourself, but you do know you don't want to get caught riding behind people like this. So you just got to keep pushing, keep trying different lines, right? Keep trying to get your way in front of these people, and hopefully you'll get around them and someone else won't. So it's about that time in the video for me to please ask you to like, subscribe, and really important, oh, what timing. That was actually a coincidence. Comments really help him out a lot. We're going to have to show you one day our collection of GoPro accessories, computer accessories, microphones. It's like we have more than Jason Weingant, who does like the Supercross. He saw our collection. He goes, you got more than I have. Just to try to make the best video possible. And all we ask is if you can please comment, say anything. It's like commenting. And it really would help out a lot. Thanks.
This race is actually the closest race to our house. And it's still like 6-7 hours in a car, 8-9 hours in the motorhome. But it's this beautiful place. It's got these nice rolling hills. There's like I don't know, I just thought it was really nice. And I heard a bunch of people saying it's a landfill. If you went there, you would never know though. It's so nice there, it's weird.
Yeah, and right across the street from the track is the High Point Pro Motocross track, which you can see from your race. Is that Austin or no?
No, that was not Austin, I don't think.
So is Austin still ahead of you?
He should be, yeah. There's a rider down on the left side. But yeah, that High Point Motocross track is really cool to look at. Everything there's Austin right there in the red. Everything in motocross looks bigger in person.
I hated this part of the track. All those loose rocks, high speeds. It was sketchy.
Didn't you see a kid bite their tongue off there last year?
Oh my God, I forgot about that, right. I don't know how that happened, but it was poor kid. He was bleeding, his tongue was hanging half out. Yuck.
Yeah, that sounds like not fun at all. You gotta ride with your tongue in your mouth, I guess. But yeah, I went over to try to get you guys some videos of the motocross track, and before I even got on the motocross track, I got immediately yelled at. So I did not get you guys any video of the moto track.
I heard they had a Loretta regional qualifier there a few weeks ago, and it was so muddy that everyone was getting stuck. And then people were not only getting stuck, but they were just cutting the course to get around because there was no way to get around. And they were so muddy that they couldn't tell who cut the course and who couldn't, and it turned into be a really big mess.
Yeah, that sounds like a pain. Austin, let me go again there. Thank you, Austin, by the way. But speak of mess, there was a huge fight that went down. Not huge, but there was a pretty big fight that went down at the race this weekend. I watched it. I don't think you did, Dad. But there was one rider coming out of the pit, and another rider hit him. And between dads and riders fighting, there was a huge fight with everybody. It was cool to watch from a distance, but I know a couple riders got disqualified. It was a big pain. Here's the fastest pit stop ever. We go in to get gas. No gas needed, apparently. So I take back off. And there Austin gets around me again. And listen.
That was a foul pit stop.
So yeah, I looked at your bike and I was like, you don't need gas at all. You're only gonna take like a gallon. I'm like, wow, that was a bad planning on my part, though. We're kind of new to the 3-hour GNCC. This is what, your third one, Ryder?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last one, we definitely stopped at the second lap, and you needed it. And then we did it again at the fourth lap, and we finished the race. So this is kind of cool how you get to go through the pro pits, right?
Yeah, they had these really nice berms in the pro pits that were so fun. I felt like I could rail every berm here.
Man, if I was in the pro pits, I'd be afraid somebody was going to lose it and just come barreling through my pits, like where the tents are, like a bowling ball and bowling pins.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I haven't heard of that happening yet, but I'm sure it does happen.
Yeah, I guess I just worry too much. So how do you feel about your YZ125 now, Ryder?
It was working awesome this race and every race, but this race especially, I just felt like it was so fast. In a minute, you're going to see Austin and we're going down this really fast straightaway. He's on a 250, I'm on a 125. And I had to let off just because I was eating his roost. I was like eating his roost, so I let off. but I felt like I could have stayed with him. Like, my bike was just as fast as his. You're gonna look at the end of this long section, this long wide open section. I'm pretty much right behind him still, and I don't know if it's skill. He might even be better than me at this stuff, because I know he does a lot of the US sprints. But still, I felt like my bike was working awesome. And here you see he takes a water bottle, and I'm able to get around him here. But you wanted to talk about something, Dad?
Yeah, time to pay the bills a little bit. So we just want to talk about one of our sponsors, Recluse. And I don't know if everyone's aware that they make a lot more than auto clutches. Though we are actually going to start experimenting with the auto clutch. They make super durable manual clutches. And when you see the pros have Recluse on their, hey, that guy's pretty good looking. When you see the pros have Recluse clutch covers, they are running Recluse. You're just not running the covers. Some of them actually run auto clutches. If you just Google Dylan Fernandez Recluse, he talks about how he used it the whole season on auto clutch. He started because he had a bad wrist, and then he got into, oh, this is funny.
Yeah, there's I guess a fan, I forget who it was, but a fan on the side of the course wishing me good luck. But that was funny.
Yeah, that's funny. They do that at other races too. So yeah, we've been really happy. Oh, here's the slow pit stop. This is bad here. But I did know how much of a lead you had, and sometimes if you slow down a little bit, you make a few less mistakes. But things are working out well. The IMS can dump so quick. It actually dumps a little quicker than it is today because we got to fix something in it. But man, it's awesome to have that. You can get 3 gallons in like 6 seconds if you wanted. But this was a slow one because you started asking for gels, and I didn't have that on me, so I had to go get that. And I knew we had the time to handle that, so we did. And and our Hammer Nutrition too, not Fiji water. We just use those bottles.
Yeah, I remember we stopped at the pit and I was like, can I have a gel? And then the second I saw you walking over, because I figured you just had it, I was like, no need, I don't need a gel. And I was about to leave, but it looked like you were getting it. It wasn't the fastest, definitely, but... Oh, and now I'm starting to get passed by the pros, which is exciting. It's not exciting at all during the race. It's scary. Like, they come behind you, they sneak up out of nowhere, and then they hold it rev limiter. I don't blame them. If I had to pass as many lappers as they do, I would too. But they hold it rev limiter right behind you, and it just scares you. But right here, Austin passed me again while I was in the pits, and I just caught up to him. I think it took me like a lap this time, but I just caught up to him, and we are on the last lap currently, I'm pretty sure.
That was a 30-second pit stop, and kudos to you for not squeaking in front of Austin. You guys both pulled over and gave each other respect to make the passes clean when you had to do it, not when somebody pulls over for a pro. And by the way, we're going to have more pro footage, so stay tuned. And an interview with Ryder at the end of the race to see what he felt like after 3 hours.
Yeah, definitely. I saw Austin pull over, and it felt like he pulled over for a long time, and I could have gotten around. I don't know, it didn't feel right, but yeah, the interview was definitely... I definitely don't seem, I feel like, the most excited in that interview. I just finished 3 hours, and I was really excited, actually, to go to bed. So, I don't know, I'm not sure. It was an exciting interview, though.
I did have energy drink for you, and you didn't want to stop because you said you got a burst of energy again. So I drank the energy drink and was able to drive all the way home without any caffeine.
Yeah, hear that, guys? He was able to drive all the way home without any caffeine. And, yeah. Oh, no, we're not on the last lap yet. We're about to get to the last lap.
So I was looking at scoring, and every B rider got lapped and didn't make the 6th lap but one. I mean, besides the fact that these AA's are blazing fast, they do start like 15 minutes ahead of you. So yeah, in a 3-hour race, if they start 15 minutes ahead of you, they're going to catch you.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. And here, I guess, I'm not sure if Austin let me go, but I did get around him again. And we're heading into lap number 5, also known as the last lap of this race.
So this is your 3rd GNCC. Your first GNCC, you got 2nd place to Davis, right? And then at your 2nd GNCC, you got 1st, and today you got 1st. So you got 2 firsts and a 2nd. Is that right so far?
2 firsts and a 2nd. Yeah, that makes sense. Right here, just more pros. It's actually cool getting passed by the pros. I take back what I said earlier. It gives you, like, you get excited. I start trying to follow them for as long as I can, which is usually a really long time, like maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
By the way, that was Craig DeLong, our local hero that just passed you. Go Craig.
Yeah, that was cool. And
he's like the only non-blue guy I'm going to root for. All right, maybe not. We got a couple of friends. So just to be clear, Ryder's 3rd GNCC win was this day. He didn't get 3 wins plus this day. And I'll just give you some of the race results. The top racer of the day was Johnny G. in first. And what's funny is we saw him like 8 seconds behind Stu, just a couple miles from the finish. We thought Stu was going to win it. You saw Stu go by him first, and Johnny G got him right at the end. How disappointing for Stu. And then Grant Davis, who was in the youth race with you not that long ago, like maybe 3 years ago. He got second in XC2, so that was really good. So Nick DeFeo was racing youth last year, or 2 years ago, sorry. And he won 250A, had a battle with Jason Tino, who got second, another local boy that we root for. So those guys are really tearing it up.
Also guys, if you made it this far in the video, hopefully you liked it. So I will be going to the next GNCC Snowshoe, so that should be another cool video. That's a really awesome race. I'll try to do a bit more vlogging at that one, so make sure you guys watch that. That will be a cool one, I think.
I was a little surprised to see this on the video when Ryder was editing, because GNCC is the most professional series you've ever been to, but that was scary, for sure. So I don't know if you know much about the GNCC, but it is definitely the gnarliest GNCC on the circuit, so you're going to want to check out that video. And who's that in front of you now, Ryder?
Yeah, that's Ricky Russell. I'm pretty sure he's coming back from an injury, but I feel like a pro being able to keep up with him, even though I'm sure if he wanted to, he could have dropped me a lot faster than he is right now. But I do keep up with him for a little bit until another rider comes in. I forget who. I get passed by another pro, so I pull over to the side, and then that's pretty much the last I see of Ricky Russell for the day.
Yeah, I feel bad for Ricky Russell. He's so fast, he's so good, and he's just had some injuries, I think, this year. He starts off leading the race, and then the injuries, I guess, just what hold him back. But man, that's got to be such a kick in the pants to be able to lead a GNCC with your speed and then just have an injury that holds you back. But that's the sport we're in, right? Any day could be your last day at riding at that 100%. So, I mean, look at all the riders that have been taken out from injuries that just never came back to their original speed. It's really a shame. So if you have any suggestions or about how to make our videos better, you'd like to see more of this or more of that, or less of this or less of that, we'd definitely be interested. And parents, I know we get a lot of parents coming up to us saying the whole family watches our videos, and we always keep them PG, so you don't have to worry about that. You can also check out Ryder's Instagram channel, Ryder Sigety. And if you need any discount codes, look in our description. We got quite a few discount codes for our sponsors. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Even though everyone calls me Ryder's dad, my name is Mike, and I'd be happy to help you out any way I can. All right, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the interview, and see you at the next one.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.
How was it?
It was fun. I'm tired. Yeah.
How's your hands?
They're good. I just have a couple blisters. Not that bad, though.
How was the course?
It was awesome.
I
had a lot of energy last lap, though.
You had energy the last lap?
Yeah.
You had a dead spot in the middle.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I figured. You were like racing those XC1 guys. I hope you moved over for him.
Yeah, I was letting him move.
That's cool. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was awesome.
How'd the bike work?
Like, dude, I thought I was going to have to ask you if I had a cheater motor. I was gapping 250s on the straightaway.
Well, I'm a little nervous. You used so little gas. We went a little lean on the jetting, so I'm gonna have to pull up that top end. Did you see my note? Save the motor. You pulled over. You like had no. You used like nothing. I'm like, oh my god. I hope it's gonna be okay. We'll find out. Bike felt good. Start it up. Let me hear it idle. Sounds good, right?
Stop the recording.
Let's see. What's that?
Stop the recording.
Why? I'm having so much fun. This is
gonna
going to be a
talk
great
shit about
video.
this.
It's going to go viral.
I said stop.